Hey everybody, happy Thanksgiving. Pastor Brad Wells here with my beautiful wife Deborah, and we want to tell you the wonderful story of the first Thanksgiving in America.
It actually started out in England. King James I would not allow people to worship God freely. Therefore, a group of Christians called separatists or pilgrims decided they were going to leave England. They went to Holland first, but couldn't find what they were looking for. So they gathered as much money as they could and even borrowed some, and left on a ship called the Mayflower on September 6th.
They had rough seas, possibly the worst conditions that they could have ever had. They were seasick, they struggled with a poor diet, they had to stay below deck, and even one person went above and was swept overboard into the sea.
But eventually, after 7 long weeks of being cooped up in this tiny ship called the Mayflower, they made it to America. They were almost to the shore and knelt down on the deck, thanking God for bringing them to this new world.
So the Mayflower sailed along the coast of Massachusetts, but the water along the coast was too shallow for the Mayflower to go near the shore, and so some of the men rowed up to the shore and collected some water and food to bring back to the boat for all the women and children. Eventually they did come to shore and eventually settled at Plymouth.
The men and the older boys went ashore to start building the homes. Because they landed late in the year, they did not have enough time to build houses for everybody. The women and children stayed aboard the Mayflower during this time. It took 4 months for them to build all the houses they needed.
The pilgrims that made it through the rough winter started planting crops in early spring. One day, 2 Indians came. One was named Squanto, who had learned English after being kidnapped and sent to England. He told them that right over the hill was an army of Indians led by Chief Massasoit. They were planning to come and murder the pilgrims. Edward Winslow was able to make peace with the Indians, who then turned around and left, except Squanto. He stayed. He taught the pilgrims how to plant crops that would grow in the New World, and also taught them how to fish, how to hunt, and how to survive in this new land of America.
The Pilgrims were very thankful to God for allowing them to get through their first winter. Less than a year after they settled, they have 11 buildings on their settlement. They stored corn that they got from the Indians. They dried duck, deer, turkey, and other meats. They were very thankful to God for allowing them to get through this difficult time. Governor Bradford announced that they would have, on their first year anniversary, a Thanksgiving feast to thank God for allowing them to get through the first winter. He invited Chief Massasoit, and they had the first Thanksgiving feast there in Massachusetts.
Well, on the very first Thanksgiving dinner, the Pilgrims had set up a beautiful meal for them to enjoy. They invited the Indian chief, Chief Massasoit, and when he arrived, he actually brought 90 hungry Indian warriors with him. That was a big surprise for the Pilgrims. But they were glad that they went out, killed a bunch of deer, extra turkey, they roasted them up, had enough meat for everyone to enjoy. And at the beginning of the first Thanksgiving dinner, they thanked God for everything they had given them and for all the blessings he had provided.
A heart of thanksgiving is essential to a healthy nation.
We hope you've enjoyed this account of the first Thanksgiving. Remember, it is about that, Thanksgiving to God.
So what is your favorite part of Thanksgiving?
My favorite part of Thanksgiving is playing games with my family after the meal.
Listening to music and working in the kitchen with my family.
Spending time with the family and doing karaoke after we all stuff ourselves.
Going home for Thanksgiving, getting to see the family, getting to see how God is using them wherever they're at, and just enjoying time at home.
Getting to go to my grandparents' house in Pennsylvania.
Be with family and eat turkey and stuffing.
Saturday after, my family gets together just to thank God for salvation and bringing us to the knowledge of His Son, Jesus Christ.
Making way too many pies.
Hanging out and playing guitars with my cousins.
Being with family.
All the food we can eat.
Congregating with friends and family is what makes Thanksgiving special.
Playing football with my family.
Pumpkin pie with whipped cream and cinnamon on top, delish.